If you can see, we have markets right from 97, it started up 2009. So during poor markets, say 97 to 99, this is where maximum people have made wealth. It's in the poor market segments, for example 2001, 2003 also. There's the maximum gains where everybody has had. You can see, look at the bearish phase that we saw in 2008 also. So this basically slide is for you to understand that you can generate returns more when the markets are poor. You should not think that markets are falling, what will happen to my money? My money will be, my earnings will be destroyed. Not in that case. On an SIP, it turns to be positive for you. Thank you for being patient and listening to our presentation. I think I'll give the dais back to Mr. Dilip. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vikram. Now our next speaker, when I asked him how should I introduce you, he said that action speaks louder than words. So you must have guessed it right. It is our Managing Director, Mr. P.R. Dilip. So now I request him to please brief us about wealth management through effective financial planning.
Friends, thanks a lot for the patience. I really appreciate your presence here. A very warm good evening and a wonderful 2011. I'm going to eat your brain for 20 minutes. Please bear with me. I'm going to start with a small story. This is about a master and a cat. Once upon a time, centuries ago, there was a master. This master was known for his practical approach towards any problem. And he was extremely strict and stringent, but not like me. Whereas the disciples knew that once he gives an instruction, he never repeats that instruction. He expects his disciples to follow the earlier instruction without he repeating it. One day, the master was about to start his meditation session. There was a cat on the same premises, and this cat was making some unwanted gestures or some unwanted noises which the master was getting irritated. I'm not too sure whether the master had actually intentionally placed his cat over there. Master told one of his disciples, "Why don't you just catch hold of this cat and tie him down?" And one of his disciples came, caught hold of this cat, tied him down. And then they went on with the meditation. Next day, once the meditation was over, the cat was released. Next day, when the meditation session was about to begin, one of his disciples again caught hold of the cat from somewhere, tied him down, and the meditation went on. And released the cat later. This practice went on and on, days after days, week after week, month after month, year after year. As a matter of fact, this old master died, the disciples became new masters, new students came in, but the practice continued after tying down a cat. Now, the cat almost became an integral part of the meditation process. Okay? 3 centuries later, can you just shift this projector? Okay, I think it's not working. 3 centuries later, someone tried to probe into this. What was the theme behind this cat being there at the meditation center? Great masters like Buddha, he said this is nonsense, tying down a cat before meditation. What the master actually meant was, when you are actually on the path of wisdom, when you actually want to attain moksha, when you are trying to focus your mind, you are supposed to distract yourself from all other distractions. You are supposed to tie down all your nonsense. All the other activities which were contemplations which happened in your mind, you are supposed to tie them down and then focus on the meditation and the fact of attaining moksha. So when you are focused at a particular point for a particular purpose, tie down the cat of a distraction. That is what the master actually meant. But the disciples, most of them, 90% of them, actually went on practicing the nonsense of tying down a cat from somewhere and continued with the process. Actually, the cat must be sympathizing with this guy. The moral of the story is understand the purpose of any practice before following it. Why I am saying this, today we hear wealth management, financial planning, all those jargons, day after day, newspapers, TVs and all financial advisors. Do we really know what is financial planning? What is the purpose behind this? And what is wealth creation? About wealth creation, I am not a right person to talk about because Dr. Arya is here. He is a person who has created almost 150 crore only from investments through his systematic investment plan. It's not the SIP of mutual fund I'm talking about. He has derived, he is basically a scientist, Dr. Arya, renowned scientist, who's done his wonderful jobs in the pharmaceutical industry and made a name for himself. But in the investment field also, he is one of the unsung heroes. And he has created that kind of wealth through his own internal evolved systems. I really hats off to Dr. Arya sir. Here, Dr. Arya does certainly know what is wealth creation. But I do not know people who talk about financial planning and wealth creation whether they really know what it is. I'm going to just throw some light onto that. Let me start with what is not financial planning. This is what actually I thought about when I was introduced into financial planning a decade ago. I started thinking, what is not financial planning? Few of them. Setting a goal which cannot be measured. This is not part of financial planning. I want to be rich. Okay? I want to buy a big house. I want to give good education to my children. I want to go abroad. Abroad can be even Nepal. I want to be, I want great returns. I want to retire with comfortable pension plan. They are not part of financial planning process at all. Making financial decisions without understanding its impact on the financial issues. Buying a second home. Looking at the Times of India's ad, if you go and write a check, thinking that you will be able to pay 50,000 EMI every month. If the time is good, you will be. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. Investments outside your risk appetite. Unless you know what is your risk appetite and go for an investment, you are going to regret later. Not taking any risk at all. I belong to southern state of India, that is Kerala. Most of the people are extremely conservative there. They don't take any risk at all. I think that's the biggest risk they're taking. Because not knowing how much is your money earning is the biggest risk. Rate of return minus inflation is a real rate of return. Today, this is a newspaper clipping of today, Times of India, 18.3% is the food inflation. So, rate of interest if you are getting 8% minus inflation, if it is 7%, you actually get only 1%. Then you end up with this reality of empty purse, empty wallet. So you need to have some kind of planning in place. Second, confusing financial planning for buying financial products. It is similar to this. You have been invited for a buffet. Since all the table is full, there are full of many items, it's a well spread buffet. You fill your plate with all the stuff. That's not something which is expected of you. You won't be you might be able to eat some part of it, but it may not be a healthy diet at all for you. Similarly, if you just stuff your portfolio with all kind of financial products just because they are available, that may not be a prudent thing to do. Neglecting to re-evaluate the financial plan periodically. If you have created a financial plan and if you do not re-evaluate that on a periodic basis, that's going to be in trouble. Don't be taken for a lifetime right, guaranteed lifetime income. This is nonsense. Nobody can actually guarantee you any income, however knowledgeable that person could be, whatever could be his financial product. If someone is giving you lifetime guarantee, be sure you are going to be taken for a lifetime right. Which has happened with the who are interested, you must have read in the newspapers, I don't want to name them. Then, can you see this question mark? They're all people actually. They're all the guys with the question mark on their head who stood on line to get this guaranteed, lifetime guaranteed product.